sometimes it's just been so natural to us, we don't realize that we're, maybe a strong way to say it is we're cursing our future. You can curse your future or you can bless your future. So be careful what you say.
I think, I love where you say, we need to send.
Well, I think in that case, God was saying, I am everything, because I am.
Right.
Now, mine.
At 63, Joel Osteen has spent decades inspiring millions with his messages of hope, faith, and resilience. Known for his calm voice, confident presence, and uplifting sermons, he has become a source of comfort for countless people around the world. Every week, viewers tune in expecting encouragement, guidance, and the same reassuring energy that has defined his career. But recently, something has changed, and his fans are starting to notice. Observers who have followed him for years report subtle differences in his demeanor. His expressions occasionally appear more serious, his gestures less animated, and his energy slightly quieter than before. To casual viewers, these changes might seem minor, but for longtime followers who know every nuance of his presence, these shifts are significant. Questions began circulating quickly. Is it simply the natural effect of age, or is there something happening behind the scenes that fans don't yet know? Social media has amplified the concern. Clips of recent sermons and appearances have been shared widely, with fans analyzing every word, pause, and expression. Comments like, "He doesn't seem like himself," or "I hope he's okay," appear alongside heartfelt prayers and support. People who once looked to him for guidance now find themselves worried for the man who has spent a lifetime lifting others up. At 63, Joel Osteen remains one of the world's most recognized spiritual leaders. But these subtle changes have created a ripple of concern among his audience. For the first time in years, people aren't just listening to his sermons. They are paying close attention to the man behind the message, wondering what might be happening in his private life, and hoping that he is truly okay. For decades, Joel Osteen has been a source of inspiration and guidance for millions. His sermons, books, and televised appearances have long provided hope, encouragement, and reassurance to people navigating life's toughest moments. For many, Joel's calm voice, confident smile, and uplifting messages have been constants, a symbol of stability and positivity in an unpredictable world. But recently, fans have begun to notice something different. Observers report subtle changes in his demeanor during public appearances. His energy, once consistently vibrant and reassuring, now shows moments of quiet reflection. His expressions appear more serious, and there are brief pauses in his speech that fans describe as unusual. While these differences may seem minor to casual viewers, for longtime followers who know him intimately through decades of ministry, they are enough to spark concern. Even small changes in his gestures, tone, or presence can feel significant when someone has been a constant in people's lives for so long. Social media has amplified these observations. Clips of recent sermons and public appearances circulate daily, with fans analyzing every nuance. Comments range from concern over his health to speculation about personal matters, reflecting the deep emotional connection his audience feels. Many express worry. "He's always been our rock. Now we hope he's okay," writes one follower. Another comments, "Something feels different. Maybe he's going through a lot behind the scenes." The reaction shows how closely people watch someone they trust and admire, and how deeply invested they are in his well-being. Experts note that subtle changes in public figures can be easily magnified by the audience's familiarity and emotional connection. Joel has spent decades in the spotlight, with millions observing him weekly. Any slight shift in his usual energy or demeanor can appear significant, especially when fans have internalized his persona as unwavering and constant. The concern his followers are expressing is a reflection of both the trust they place in him and the emotional bond they have built over time. Behind the scenes, managing one of the largest churches in the world, along with a global media ministry, is no small task. Joel's responsibilities are enormous, from planning sermons and coordinating broadcasts to managing the operations of Lakewood Church and overseeing staff and community outreach. Even someone with decades of experience in public ministry can feel the weight of such a schedule, and it's natural that the strain occasionally manifests in subtle ways. At 63, Joel Osteen remains a powerful and influential spiritual leader. But these recent changes highlight that even the most confident and charismatic figures are human. His audience, accustomed to seeing him as a symbol of hope and stability, is now noticing the complexity and depth of his experiences. This heightened awareness serves as a reminder that behind every public figure is a private individual who faces challenges, responsibilities, and pressures just like anyone else. Fans are watching closely, hoping for reassurance and reflecting on the impact he has had on their lives. The subtle differences in his public appearances may be a natural evolution, the result of aging, or the stress of leading a massive ministry. Regardless of the cause, the concern expressed by his audience underscores the trust and connection Joel Osteen has cultivated over decades, a relationship built not only on inspiration, but on genuine care and admiration. The reaction from Joel Osteen's followers has been immediate and deeply emotional. Across social media platforms, millions of people are sharing videos, comments, and reflections on his recent appearances, expressing concern for his well-being. Clips from sermons, interviews, and public events have been analyzed repeatedly, with fans pointing out subtle differences in his expressions, gestures, and energy. To casual viewers, these changes might seem minor, but for longtime followers, they are impossible to ignore. Many fans have noticed that Joel appears more reflective in his recent messages. While his sermons remain uplifting and filled with hope, there are moments when his tone carries a quiet intensity or a pause that feels unusual. Loyal viewers, who have spent decades observing his mannerisms and speech patterns, interpret these differences as signs that something may be affecting him personally. Questions began circulating quickly. Is it age, stress, or something happening behind the scenes? Social media amplifies this scrutiny. Facebook groups, Twitter threads, and YouTube comment sections are filled with messages expressing concern. Some fans write, "He's always been our rock. Now we hope he's okay," while others post, "I've watched him for years, and something feels different. I pray he's all right." The emotional investment is clear. This is more than casual concern. People who have relied on his guidance for decades now find themselves hoping that the man who inspires them is receiving support in return. Media outlets have also noticed the subtle changes. Analysts have commented on how public figures, especially those in spiritual leadership, face intense scrutiny. Every gesture, pause, and inflection is examined, sometimes creating a perception of struggle even when none is obvious. In Joel's case, the combination of millions of eyes on him and the emotional attachment of his audience has made minor differences appear far more significant. Experts in public ministry and communication suggest that such concern is natural. Leaders like Joel Osteen carry immense responsibility, managing large organizations, delivering weekly sermons, writing books, and maintaining a global media presence. The stress and workload associated with these responsibilities can subtly influence behavior, even for someone known for charisma and composure. Observers suggest that while fans' worry is genuine, the changes may reflect normal human responses to stress and aging rather than a serious problem. Despite the speculation, Joel continues to deliver sermons and public appearances with dedication. The messages remain consistent, focusing on hope, faith, and resilience. Yet the audience is more attuned than ever to nuances in his delivery, making each appearance a point of discussion and reflection. Fans are watching closely, offering prayers, support, and encouragement, demonstrating the deep bond that has formed between him and his audience over decades. The concern surrounding Joel Osteen highlights the profound connection between a spiritual leader and those who follow him. His influence goes beyond sermons. It touches lives personally, emotionally, and spiritually. When subtle changes appear, followers naturally respond with worry and empathy. For many, this is a reminder that even those who seem unshakable are human, navigating challenges that are often hidden from public view. At 63, Joel Osteen remains a pillar of spiritual guidance and hope. His audience's vigilance and concern reflect not weakness, but deep respect, trust, and care. The discussion sparked by his recent appearances is as much about his well-being as it is about the emotional bond he has cultivated, a bond that continues to define his legacy in the hearts of millions, while fans continue to express concern. Experts and insiders offer several possible explanations for the subtle changes. In Joel Osteen's recent public appearances, leading one of the largest churches in the United States, managing a global media ministry, and maintaining a high-profile presence is no small feat, even with decades of experience. The physical and emotional demands of such a role can influence posture, tone, and energy in ways that are noticeable to attentive followers. Some observers suggest that what fans perceive as changes may simply reflect the natural effects of aging. At 63, even someone known for charisma and vitality may experience slight shifts in energy or demeanor. A brief pause in speech, a more contemplative expression, or subtle differences in gestures can appear more pronounced to an audience that has observed him consistently for decades. Aging, combined with the mental load of running a large ministry, can explain many of the observations without indicating a serious problem behind the scenes. Insiders hint that personal and family matters could also be playing a role. Like anyone, Joel may face private challenges that he chooses not to share publicly. Health considerations, personal reflection, or family responsibilities could all contribute to minor changes in his demeanor. Public figures are often expected to maintain an image of constant composure, even when dealing with stress or emotional challenges, and these expectations can amplify minor differences in behavior. Fans have also noticed subtle shifts in the tone of his messages. While still hopeful and inspiring, his recent sermons contain moments of introspection that feel more pronounced than in the past. Some interpret this as a natural evolution of his ministry. As he gains life experience, his guidance becomes richer and more nuanced. Others worry it may be indicative of personal struggles, which is why the audience's emotional investment has intensified. Communication experts note that high-profile spiritual leaders are under constant scrutiny. Every gesture, facial expression, and pause is examined, often magnifying what would otherwise be minor and natural behaviors. In Joel Osteen's case, millions of viewers watch weekly, which can make even subtle variations appear significant. The audience's heightened awareness reflects not only concern, but also the profound influence he has had on their lives over decades. Despite all speculation, Joel Osteen continues his work with dedication. His messages remain consistent in promoting hope, faith, and resilience. The subtle differences in his demeanor do not diminish his impact, but they do highlight that even the most revered figures face human challenges behind the scenes. His audience's concern is a reflection of their deep emotional bond with him, one built over years of trust, inspiration, and personal connection. Ultimately, the recent observations serve as a reminder that public perception and private reality often differ. While fans interpret subtle changes as signs of concern, insiders and experts suggest that these variations may reflect age, stress, or personal matters rather than a major issue. Regardless, the ongoing discussion underscores the immense respect and care Joel's followers have for him, and the continued impact of his decades-long ministry. At 63, Joel Osteen remains a powerful spiritual leader, yet the concern among his audience highlights a universal truth. Even those who seem unshakable experience challenges, stresses, and moments of vulnerability, and the connection between a public figure and their followers runs far deeper than appearances alone. As fans continue to discuss and reflect on Joel Osteen's recent appearances, it becomes clear just how deeply he has touched people's lives over the decades. His sermons and messages of hope, faith, and resilience have not only inspired millions, but have provided comfort during personal hardships. For many followers, his words have served as a guiding light through uncertain times, offering reassurance when life felt overwhelming. Now, with subtle changes in his demeanor becoming noticeable, viewers are reminded that even someone who inspires hope so consistently is human and experiences challenges just like anyone else. Supporters have taken to social media to express their concern and offer prayers. Messages range from simple affirmations like, "Praying for you, Joel," to longer reflections on the impact he has had on their personal lives. Many fans express genuine worry, saying things such as, "He has always lifted us up. Now it's our turn to hope he's okay," And we've watched him for years, and something feels different. I pray he is safe and well. These reactions demonstrate the deep connection his audience feels. A connection built on trust, admiration, and years of consistent encouragement. Experts note that Joel Osteen's enduring legacy is unlikely to be diminished by these subtle changes in demeanor. For decades, he has provided guidance and inspiration to millions, creating a ministry that spans television broadcasts, books, and live events. The concern his audience feels is a testament to his impact, reflecting both the respect and emotional bond he has cultivated over time. The audience sees him not only as a spiritual leader but as someone whose presence has influenced their personal and emotional lives in profound ways. Some fans interpret the recent shifts in his tone and expressions as a natural evolution of his ministry. As Joel gains more life experience, his messages may become more reflective and introspective, offering deeper insights. What some see as vulnerability may also be a sign of authenticity, a recognition that life's challenges are universal, and even spiritual leaders experience moments of doubt, fatigue, or contemplation. This approach may ultimately strengthen the connection between him and his followers, making his guidance feel more genuine and relatable. Despite the subtle changes in his public appearances, Joel continues to inspire with his consistent messages of hope, faith, and perseverance. At 63, his influence is still immense, and his ability to motivate and uplift remains undiminished. The concern surrounding his recent demeanor is less about doubt in his abilities and more about the emotional bond his audience feels, a reflection of how much they care about the man behind the message ultimately. The story of Joel Osteen at 63 reminds viewers that even those who seem unshakable have moments of human vulnerability. His fans' concern highlights a powerful truth. Admiration and emotional connection often lead to empathy, and those who inspire others are not immune to the pressures and challenges of life. Joel's audience continues to watch, pray, and support him, reinforcing the mutual respect and trust that has been built over decades of ministry. For millions around the world, Joel Osteen remains a symbol of hope and positivity. Yet the recent attention to his demeanor serves as a reminder that the person behind the sermons experiences life fully, with its complexities, responsibilities, and private challenges. His legacy is not just in the messages he delivers, but in the enduring connection he has fostered with those who have relied on his guidance, comfort, and inspiration throughout the years. Even at 63, Joel Osteen's story shows that strength, resilience, and authenticity are not diminished by human vulnerability, and that true impact is measured not only by what one gives to the world, but by the trust, care, and loyalty inspired in return.